Hey, welcome to Independence Guitar. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you actually want to receive notifications, check the bell and help me out by liking and sharing the video. Let's get into it. So I just want to have a little fireside chat here about a few positive things and then one thing in particular that has been kind of grinding my gears lately. And I feel like I got to get my opinion out on it because it's becoming problematic in a very, very bad way. First off, I just want to say thank you to the Ola guitar community. Some of these guys are so cool and really supportive. I love doing the videos and being a part of that. Every person that I've come across in this community is just, really positive and supportive, and I love being a part of it. So just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support. And I also wanted to send a thank you to Rob Arnold World. If you don't know who Rob Arnold is, he's the guitarist for Chimera. And they're no longer together anymore. Reunion show soon. He's given me some really good perspectives. So keep going, man, because you inspire a lot of people. Anyway, on to the particular issue that is grinding my gears. I want to try and make this as quick as possible and explain it in a coherent way and try to not go off on too many tangents. But as of late, I've been seeing a lot of rabble and harassment and just straight negativity towards a lot of creators, mostly larger creators, but nobody is exempt from it. It's all the way from the smallest to the largest channels, and that is that I've been seeing a lot of rabble about what constitutes a paid promotion and whether people are being honest or not. I just think that it reflects really poorly on the guitar community. I feel like people are making mountains out of molehills. I see a lot of people harassing these creators and calling them out in the most negative way, calling them paid shills and calling them liars and such. And I see that what it is doing is poisoning the well, and it is creating such a huge toxicity in the guitar community. The straw that broke the camel's back for me is that I was watching a channel that I watch all the time and I love. It's called Stay Metal Ray. It's kind of a niche channel. Most of the channels that I watch on YouTube are kind of niche channels. But, he's a really, really cool dude, demos all kinds of products, and, I love watching his channel. So he made a video on another channel called In the Blues, who had made a video with a bunch of other creators and famous YouTubers and musicians about basically proper etiquette of what constitutes a paid promotion and when you need to disclose it and what is right and wrong and all sorts of things. And so I want to say that first and foremost, I absolutely believe that if a company is wanting a YouTuber or musician to promote a product with some kind of incentive, that it definitely needs to be disclosed that it is a paid product promotion. It is the law, and it's just the right thing to do because, for sure, if this is a product placement, the viewers should know that. It might influence the decision on whether or not they buy that product. I have to say that I pretty much 100% agree with Ray. And to sum up his video, and I'm going to leave both the links in the description for Stay Metal Ray's response to In the Blues video, and I'm going to leave the link for the In the Blues video as well. But I just have to say that I agree with Ray 100%.
We have this amazing ability to share everything with the world, and we as a consumer, as a fan of music, a fan of the guitar, as a player of the guitar, we can go find and learn and hear every single piece of gear that's ever been made. But I feel like we're taking it for granted, and we're just kind of starting to ruin it in a way. The reason why I say we're starting to kind of ruin it is because these awesome channels have built up their platform and now have this giant audience, and now we're starting to take shots at them and try to pump fear into their content. We're calling them paid shills, and we must know everything about what's going on behind the scenes.
I think that people need to really take these things at face value. And I don't mean take everything these YouTubers say at face value as in their word is gospel and you don't need to research it anymore. Not at all what I mean. What I'm referring to is that back when I first started playing guitar, there was no internet. Or there was internet, but it wasn't how it is now. All we had pretty much was Guitar Magazine, Guitar World, and Guitar One. And you got the tabs out of there for the songs they taught in there. That's where you got your new updates on what kind of gear is available. That's where you got all of your 411s on your favorite guitarists and interviews and all that stuff. You got them from those magazines. You also had the Musician's Friend catalog and then eventually the Guitar Center catalog. And that was it. Half the time you were buying a product, you really didn't have too much of an idea what it did. There was a picture of it. There might have been some guy holding it and smiling and giving a thumbs up. And then maybe just a little tiny paragraph description of what it does. And you would buy it, and if you didn't like it, you would return it. And that was that. I prefer what we have today much more over that method. Because today you can look up any product you can possibly imagine, anything you would want to buy, and you can have somebody demo it for you, give their opinion, give the rundown, and not only that, but most likely you have 10 to 20 other people that did the same thing, and you can take all their opinions and decide if it's something that you want to invest in. So to see people harass these creators and call them paid shills and put them down, it's poisoning the well. It's so toxic, and I feel like a lot of people are destroying the last bastion that we have left to go to. These record labels have, because of what they've done, have rendered our art completely worthless. Making music is no longer something that is lucrative, and it's no longer something that people can get famous. There's no guitar heroes, there's no rock stars anymore. It's all, niche. It's no longer pop music. But I want to explain a couple things, and that is that when somebody makes a video and you see the paid promotion tab pop up, and it's a paid promotion, don't go in there and call them a paid shill, because just because they're being paid for whatever product they're demoing does not mean that they are not doing their best to be honest. Another thing is that just because it's a paid promotion doesn't necessarily mean that they got paid. It could be something as simple as a t-shirt. I saw that KDH, if you don't know who he is, go check out his channel. He does a lot of research and a lot of good work into some pretty cool topics. And he was getting crap about Ola had sent him a Solar guitar to check out, and he checked it out. He liked it, gave a pretty fair assessment of what the pros were and what some of the QC issues were. It was a pretty fair review, I would say. And then people were calling him out because he did not click the paid promotion tab or something to that effect. Or maybe he did click the paid promotion tab, and so they were calling him a paid shill. It was one of those two things. I don't want to tell you wrong. You'd have to go figure out the story from him. He did a video on it where he was talking about the harassment he was receiving, and it was all over a t-shirt that Ola had sent with the guitar. Like, hey, here's a guitar, check it out, tell people what you think, and here's a free Solar Guitars t-shirt. And because he got that t-shirt, people were calling him a paid shill, as if somebody who has been pretty openly honest about his opinions and everything else is suddenly going to throw his credibility completely out the window because of a free t-shirt. So yeah, just because it's a paid promotion does not mean the person actually got paid. Furthermore, I hear a lot of rabble about what is bias and what's non-bias. All different kinds of things. For whatever reason, this review is biased and this review isn't biased. Or, oh, this person paid for this guitar himself, so that means the review is non-biased because, nobody's paying him to review it. He paid for it himself. And I would say that that actually kind of makes them more biased because now they're financially invested. So that would kind of incline them to say positive things. Or maybe they paid for it, and when they paid for it, they thought, this costs too much money, and I don't really like the logo, and maybe this doesn't feel as good quality as I think it should be. So automatically right there, that's a negative bias. So to sum it up, just because somebody didn't get paid to review something does not mean it's not biased. And the secret behind all of it there's no such thing as a non-biased review. So that being said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with people doing paid promotions. There's nothing wrong with different biases in these ads. This is something completely new, something that we didn't have before. And there's nothing wrong with people making a living off of YouTube. As long as the person is trying to be as honest as possible, then there is no need for all the harassment. And you shouldn't be in the comment section going, how does it really sound, you paid shill? It's childish, it's poisonous, it's toxic, and most of these people are just going on here and doing what they love. And a lot of them are very grateful that they can make a living doing something that they love and doing something around music. So anyway, after I watched this Stay Metal Ray video and kind of got his opinion, which I have to say I agree with him 100%. People need to take these things at face value. That's why there's such thing as return policies. You get the product, you don't like it, you try it, you don't like it, send it back, return it. That's your defense against getting ripped off by faulty advertisement. And in that case, you know what? Go ahead, take it up with the creator and say, this product sucked, I disagree with you. But you know what? Don't just do that. Maybe try asking the creator questions in a constructive criticism manner. As in like, hey, you know, I got this product, I didn't really like it, you know, because of this reason and this reason. You know, they might respond and tell you other things, maybe some things that they've learned since they recorded their video, or some things that, you know, maybe got left out of the video just because, you know, there's such thing as red light syndrome, that as soon as the camera comes on and starts recording, you know, everything, all your thoughts just kind of go out the window, and I am familiar with that all too well. And lastly, I went and I watched this video by In the Blues. And like I said before, it's a very informative video, very well done. Lots of YouTubers put their input on it, but I have to say this about it. I felt like it was very forced. I felt like they did the video because they were trying to defend themselves against a lot of people that were giving them crap. I am sick and tired of this cancel culture and the negativity that it brings. I am sick of creators feeling like they have to present their shred cred, that they're not speeding up their videos or something like that, or manipulating their stuff. I just think that's total BS for people to act like that and say those things. I think it's BS that they have to try and defend themselves against paid promotions, because that's kind of like all guitarists' dreams to get, you know, sponsorships and paid promotions. That's awesome. There is nothing wrong with, you know, people having different opinions and different biases, as long as they are trying to be as honest as possible. And that kind of sums up the whole thing. So if you're guilty of any of this, you know, maybe think twice about it, because you don't want to ruin the guitar community. You don't want to be part of that toxicity. You don't want to ruin the last bastion that we have to go to. Our art is already worthless, and we really need to kind of come together. And there are so many guitar players and metal lovers and rock lovers and blue lovers that this shouldn't be an issue. I think if we just take a step back, have a little respect for each other, and try to give constructive criticism versus just outright negativity and harassment, I think it'll go a long way. And I think that it will help the community on YouTube greatly. Because, you know, one day I hope to be a part of that community. I don't call myself a YouTuber because I wouldn't compare my crappy videos to videos that people put a lot of work into. You know, just my crappy videos, I have to put a lot of work into them. It's hard, and it's a lot more than just turning on a camera and talking or playing guitar. So I guess I just want to leave you with this. Try to give these creators a little bit of slack, a little bit of credit, because most of them are just sharing what they love. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you disagree or agree. Please try to keep it civil. I will totally take constructive criticisms or arguments that are different from mine. I am absolutely willing to agree to disagree and have civil conversations about what is right and wrong. And so with that, I will let you go. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you to all my new subscribers and old subscribers. Thank you to everybody who has supported me and left comments on my videos and given the likes and all that. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you guys appreciate some of the things I do. So yeah, take it easy, and until next time, have a good night. I'm working on a couple videos that I think you guys will really enjoy, and I'm gonna get back to finishing my Ola video, and which will probably be out before this one. Anyway, good night.